we're kind of going in order through Matthew, tracing the theme of the church. But then there are kingdom parables, which are, they're very good to look up the parables of Jesus and see how they relate to the church. Kingdom parables in which Jesus is teaching about the kingdom of heaven and saying the kingdom of heaven is like, and teaching a parable. And these occur in Matthew's chapter 13, especially the parable of the wheat and the tares in that chapter, that there will be sons of the kingdom, or there will be good wheat, good fruit, or good crop that the Son of Man, that Jesus, that God himself plants in his garden. But then an enemy will come and will plant false people, phonies, who are not truly his people in his kingdom, and they will be allowed to grow up together until the end of time. Then they will be separated. For chapter 22. Let's see. Huh? What did I do with my Bible? There it is. Not enough room on this table. Chapter 22 and chapter 25 also contain kingdom parables. And in chapter 22, verses 8 and 9, I wanted to note. Then he said to his servants, "The wedding is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy. Therefore, go into the highways, and as many as you find, invite to the wedding." So there's another picture in the middle of this parable, kingdom parable in Matthew 22, that Jesus' kingdom will be like a wedding, and it will be full of people. And there is an aspect in which he's telling them to, those who were invited were not worthy, so they didn't make it in. But there's sort of an aspect of whosoever will come, right here in this parable, because he's telling them, go find, in the parable, the king is telling them, go and find people to come to my wedding, to populate my wedding. Go to all the common people, he says, the highways and byways, and compel them to come in, so that my wedding will be full of people. So that's a picture of the kingdom of God and how it will be full of people. And then how the Great Commission that he will give later on after his resurrection will be just that, sending his servants, his disciples, his people out into the world to preach him, the gospel, and to teach them his teachings, his commandments, and to put into practice, to observe, Jesus says, to observe everything that Jesus commands.